time is 6:15. Here is the news, edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe, read by Victor Raj. First, take a look at the headlines of the local news. The corona cluster of Minuwangoda textile factory decreases. The government commits itself to protect the right to information of the people. The CORP committee meets online for the first time. A medical insurance introduced for stage drama artists. Foreign news, Biden says White House cooperation is sincere. Sports, tennis. The Australian Open is expected to be postponed. Local news in detail. Director of Health Promotion Bureau Dr. Palitha Karunapema says the corona cluster of Minuwangoda textile factory is gradually decreasing. He said that there is a control of corona-infected persons reported from the Colombo municipal limits. Dr. Karunapema said that committees have been formed to look into the problems faced by the families under self-quarantine at homes. He said that the aim is to provide necessary facilities for the families under quarantine. The Ministry of Health says 485 COVID-infected individuals have made complete recoveries. This brings the total number of coronavirus recoveries reported in the country to 15,447. Sri Lanka's confirmed infections count meanwhile stands at 20,967. The epidemiology unit says 5,426 of active cases are still under medical care. Meanwhile, Chief Epidemiologist Dr. Sudat Samaravera says a significant number of COVID-19 deaths reported from the Minuwangoda and Paliagoda COVID-19 clusters have occurred at home. He points out that the elderly and individuals with chronic diseases in high-risk areas should be more alert about new illnesses. He said elderly people in high-risk areas and people with chronic illnesses need to seek medical attention immediately if they develop any new symptoms. Today is the third day of the committee-staged budget debate in Parliament. The expenditure accounts of Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Mass Media and State Ministry of Regional Cooperation were debated today. Taking part in the debate, MP Charitha Herath said that the government is committed to protect the right to information of the people. MP Anurapriya Darshanayapa said Sri Lanka's foreign policy was damaged since the previous government sponsored Geneva proposals. MP Manusha Naikara emphasized the need to establish a training institute for journalists. MP Mahinda Samarasinghe pointed out that no one opposed when Sri Lanka left Geneva proposals. Parliamentarian Gayantha Karunatilaka said a regulatory institution is needed for television industry. The Committee on Public Enterprises in Parliament will meet online for the first time tomorrow. The committee will pay its attention on water pollution in the Kalani River. Chairman of the committee, Professor Charitha Herath, said that officials will attend a meeting online. The chairman said that online technology will be used to minimize number of officials arriving at the committee due to health proceedings. The program to introduce medical insurance for artists under the Vistas of Prosperity Manifesto has commenced from the stage drama field. The insurance scheme named Preksha is implemented by the Tower Hall Foundation on the advice of State Minister Vidura Vikramanayake. Artists in stage drama field who are between the age of 35 and 75 can apply for this scheme. No premiums will be charged for the insurance from the artists. Priority will be given according to the seniority in the drama field. It will be necessary to be in the drama field for not less than 10 years and to be actively engaged in the sector for 5 years when applying for the insurance. Applications for the insurance can be downloaded from www.towerhall.lk website. The last day to accept applications is 11th of next month. The Preksha insurance scheme is implemented under the supervision of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing with more news, police media spokesman Dia Jajit Rohana says that the person who has assaulted a woman in social media video has been arrested. He said that the suspect was arrested after a woman made a complaint to Gampaha police station today. He further said that the suspect is an executive officer of the Gampaha Uddugampala Provincial Road Development Authority. DIG Rohana said that he was produced in court and later released on bail. Permanent High Court trial at bar has rejected a bail application submitted by former President's Chief of Staff Dr. I.H.K. Mahanama, who is serving a 20-year prison sentence after being found guilty in a bribery case. The judge bench delivering its decision said that the defendant has filed an appeal with the Court of Appeal challenging his prison sentence, that it is expected to be taken up in the future. Therefore, the trial at bar decided to reject the bail application. Parliamentarian Richard Baduddin, who was remanded over the alleged misuse of buses belonging to the state-owned Sri Lanka Transport Board during the presidential election last year, has been granted bail. The case was taken up before Colombo Fort Magistrates Court earlier today. Accordingly, the former Minister of Trade was released on 2 personal bails, each worth 1 million rupees, and a cash bail of 100,000 rupees. The magistrate further imposed an overseas travel ban on MP Baduddin. The Public Utility Commission has implemented a program to introduce a recognized vocational permit for electricians. Communication Director of the Commission, Jayanta Hera, said that the program will be implemented at district level by identifying electricians in villages through district secretaries, divisional secretaries and Gram Niladaris. He further said that assistance of several institutions will be obtained for the program. Electricians can be further informed by calling over the mobile number 076 4271 That ends local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Asian Development Bank allocated $220 million worth of funds to build Sri Lanka's health system capacity and resilience under the recently unveiled Country Operations Business Plan for 2021 and 2023. According to the plan, ADB is committing additional financing of $20 million to the health system enhancement project in 2021. Funds are in addition to the already committed $50 million, including the $12.5 million grant for the project during this year. That ends main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
On to the Watchlight. The Education Ministry has called for feedback from the teachers on the extent to which the GC Advanced Level syllabus had been covered in classrooms for students. Teachers have been requested to provide details on or before 30th November by logging on to the Educational Ministry official website https://info.moe.gov.lk. Teachers are advised to send an email mentioning the name of the teacher, telephone number, and the relevant school in the event that they are unable to log into the website. That ends Watchlight. Moving on to world news, let's take a look at the headlines. Biden says White House cooperation is sincere. Australia revokes citizenships of a terror plotter. BTS band gets first ever Grammy nomination for K-pop. World news in detail. U.S. President-elect Joe Biden has said outreach from the White House over the transition has been sincere. He said it has not been begrudged so far, and he does not expect it to be. He spoke as he unveiled his choice of top officials for when he takes over from Donald Trump in January. Mr. Trump finally agreed to allow the formal transition process to begin on Monday, only 3 weeks after the presidential election. Australia has cancelled the citizenship of an Algerian-born Muslim cleric convicted of planning a series of terror attacks in 2005. Abdul Nakab Benbrika was jailed for 15 years in 2009 and is eligible for release from next month. But Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton said it was appropriate to revoke his citizenship to protect Australians. The move makes Benbrika the first person to be stripped of Australian citizenship while still in the country. Global sensation BTS has become the first K-pop group to ever receive a Grammy Award nomination. Their latest hit song, Dynamite, was nominated for the Best Pop Duo Group Performance category, alongside stars like Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift. Dynamite, the band's first all-English single, topped the billboards for weeks when it was released earlier in August. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Biden says White House cooperation is sincere. Australia revokes citizenship of a terror plotter. BTS band gets first ever Grammy nomination for K-pop. That came to you in world news. Moving on to development news, Sri Lanka's Mars Holdings has put the island under fresh spotlight once again by receiving the Most Influential Innovators Award in South and Southeast Asia by Clarivate, a global leader in providing solutions to accelerate the innovation lifestyle. Ranking amongst the top 28 organizations to receive the Innovation Award, Mars Holdings was one of the 6 corporates to receive this title. The awards are based on an analysis of patent volume, citation volume, patent success, and the level of globalization. That came to you in development news. Moving on to sports news. The Australian Open is expected to be postponed by 1 year, 2 weeks. 1 or 2 weeks. The first Grand Slam of the year is scheduled to take place in Melbourne from 18th to 31st of January 2021. However, COVID-19 quarantine regulations in Victoria mean players may not be allowed in the state until the end of December at the earliest. Victoria's Sports Minister Martin Pakula said it is likely to be delayed by a week or 2. Mike Tyson says his record-breaking run to the top of world heavyweight boxing arrived too early in life when he was weighed down by emotional vampires. Tyson is making a return to boxing at the age of 54 in an exhibition bout with Roy Jones Jr. on Saturday. There has been intrigue over to what to expect and how the man who became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, age 20, will perform. That ends sports news.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka's hospitality sector recently saw the addition of a new luxury property to its portfolio with DoubleTree by Hilton opening the first phase of Veera Villa Raja Varuna Resort, owned by KDU Adventures. The latest addition of the Hilton in Sri Lanka is a 3-story, 78-room modern resort. Veera Villa Raja Varuna Resort is the third hotel to be managed by Hilton in the country. The new property was developed with an investment of 4 billion rupees. That came to you in Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Headline inflation, as measured by the year-on-year change in the National Consumer Price Index, decreased to 5.5% in October 2020 from 6.4% in September 2020. This was due to the statistical effects of the high base prevailed on October 2019. Meanwhile, food inflation decreased to 10.6% on October 2020 from 12.7% in September 2020. Non-food inflation increased marginally to 1.5% in October 2020 from 1.4% in September 2020. That ends Economic News.
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Finally, on to the weather report. The severe cyclonic storm Neva over southwest Bay of Bengal is located near 213 kilometers to the northeast of Kankasanthore coast. It is very likely to intensify into a very severe cyclonic storm during next 6 hours and expected to move closer to the northern coast of Sri Lanka and cross Tamil Nadu coast, India during midnight or today. Several spells of the showers will occur in northwestern, western and Sabaragamulla provinces and in Jaffna, Mannar, Galle and Mathur districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at few places in Uva province and Ampara and Batticaloa districts. That ends the weather report. To an end of the news bulletin, let's take a look at the headlines once again. The Corona cluster of Minwangala textile factory decreases. The government commits itself to protect the right to information of the people. The CORB committee meets online for the first time. A medical insurance introduced for stage drama artist. Foreign news, Biden says White House cooperation is sincere. Sports news, tennis. The Australian Open is expected to be postponed. With that, we wrap up the evening news broadcast on Radio Sri Lanka. Back to my good friend and viewers.